Welcome back. So, as you know, we are still here with IntelliJ. So, I know that you're working with your NetBeans bundle. Okay. So, so for this section, we're going to be looking at relational um, relational operators. So what I've done here is create a Java class called Relational Operators and itemize some major operators in Java programming language. And these operators we're going to use to create some to analyze some examples or program some example using these operators. So if you are in your NetBeans bundles, all you need to do is create a new Java class. And so what I just did here is just right click, come to new, and created a new Java class. All right, so let's get to it. So let's begin with a data type called integer. And so let's call this integer, for example, my num. Okay, my num, which means my number. As you know, this is just a random expression that I'm using to represent the variables. Okay, so my num should be equals to 7, and then we'll close it with a semicolon. And well, just so you know, in our previous classes, we said that if you want to represent about, up to 5 numbers, if you want to use one data type to accommodate more than 5 numbers, all you got to do is, put a comma here, put a 4, a comma, put a 5, a comma, and put a 8 in that order. And then at the end, close it with a semicolon, okay? But we're not looking at that right now, so we're just gonna limit it to, to 7. Okay. So, but what you do is, if you're going to have more than 1 numbers, it means you have to have, if you're having 5 numbers, you have to have 5 variables. If you're gonna anchor that to one data type. Okay. So now let's create another integer. Okay. So okay, so let's make this in a bit friendly. So let's say my first num, okay, and here we can also use another. Let's use another data type, and let's say my second. Sorry, my second num. Okay, great. Okay, so let's make this small later. All right, so my second num is going to be equal. Make sure the spellings are correct. It's going to be equals to 9. Let's put 9 there. Okay, so and then we'll hit enter. Right. So let's try to use a true or false statement data type here, right? And that is going to be Boolean, right? So Boolean is a data type, and we're going to use the word test. Yeah, I mean, remember, this is just a random variable names that I'm just giving here. And let's make use of the first relational operator here, right? So let's say it's equal to my first num, right? And my first num should also be so I mean, the essence of Boolean is to check whether 2 numbers or 2 objects are the same or not. I mean, so if 2 numbers are maybe of the same type, data type, or the same values, or look alike, or something like this. So if they look alike, if they are the same, then you say true. If they are not the same, then you say false. So that's what usually we use Boolean expression to solve. So we're now going to say equal, so which means if they are the same. Okay. So let's say my first number is equal to my second num. Okay. And then we're going to close this expression like this. So now let's see. Let's now go ahead and test what we've got so far. Okay. So again, let's use the shortcut for system.out.print with a sound. All right, and then hit the tab. So there we go. Now here we're going to now do similar concatenation that we did in our previous class. So we're going to say my first. So we're going to say my first num. So my first num space, that this plus here is going to signify space, and we're going to have the equal sign in the middle, which is a relational operator. And then we're going to also have another space. And then now we'll have to now bring in my second num, because we're trying to, we're trying to find out if both of my first num and my second num are the same. Okay. So in this case, we have 7 and 9 as the variables for my first and second number respectively. Okay, so my second num, after my second num, let's also make sure we have a space, and let's use this expression is, then we'll come out of it and also get another space, and we use now the word test that Boolean expression give to us. Okay, so well, I think this program looks cool so far. It looks neat and clean. Let's just try it. Let's see how it's. Let's see whether everything's okay. Okay, I'm gonna run it right now. Okay, great. So okay, now look at this. So because I really didn't select, which of the class that I'm running, Java, IntelliJ just run the previous the previous program that it stored in its memory. So we're not just gonna go here, make sure we tap Relational Operators and run it. Okay. So let's run it and see if it changed this time. Oops, still is the same thing. Or maybe we'll do this and run it. There you have it. Okay, sorry. Well, the way IntelliJ work is, all the ID work the same way too. So if you're running a program, you're running a class in a package that you've previously created, and you really did not, specify the class correctly, you're not going to get the actual result. So I think that's what we had. That's the experience we had just a couple of seconds ago rather. Okay, so but that's by the way right now. So you can see that the result is false because 7 and 9 are not the same number, right? So they are two different numbers. That's the reason why we have false here, because this double equal sign means that both variables are equal, right? That 7 is equal to 9. But we know that 7 is different from 9, right? So obviously that's the reason why we have this false here. But let's go back and say we change this 9 to 7, okay? Right? We'll change this 9 to 7. Let's come here again. Make sure we select Relational Operators, and let's run it and see. Okay, so now you see it's true because actually 7 and 7 are both the same numbers. Okay, so I hope you understand this and you really know what we're talking about. Okay, so if you want to understand it a bit more further, if you want to show that you truly understand this, you may want to pause the video and do more practice. Okay, so I want to believe you've been able to do so. Okay, good. So now let's go and um, let's go and try another another of the relational operators. Okay, so let's choose this one. Okay, so how we're going to do that? So all we're going to do is replace this equal sign to this sign. So this means it's not equal. Okay, so that's what this expression means, that it is not equal. All right, so let's make sure that that is what we're going to write. Okay, so just press shift and press the exclamation mark. Okay, so now we have this operator here. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, lovely. I think that's all we are going to do here. The code looks cool. There's no warning or any red mark. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it again. Okay, so let's make sure we follow the rules of Java. Okay. Okay, now, all right. So 7, okay, is so the expression here. What this expression means is this. Okay, that my first number, okay, is not equal to my second number. All right, and 7 and 7, they are the same. Now we know that they are the same, but this expression is saying they are not the same. Okay, and because they are not the same, the result is false. Okay, because they are the same, right? Okay, great. So now let's go. I hope you understand the explanation here. Okay, maybe you understand them a bit more better if I change this 7 to say 14. Okay, now let's go ahead and run it and see the result. Now the result is obviously going to be true because, oh, there you go. All right, because my first number is not equal to my second number, and that expression is a true statement. All right, that's the reason why we have true right here. All right, so I hope you understand right now. Okay, so go do more practice. Go practice with this is greater than, this is lesser than, this is greater than or equal to, and this is lesser than or equals to. So all you need to do is to just play around with the codes, and I'll see you right back.